What's going on, everybody? My name is Machiavelli, and bro, this week's been terrible for our best friend, Lobry Gentlegram, Supac. He's been going crazy, just taking L after L after L, and yet another one we receive, more information and more humiliation for Drizzy, you know what I'm saying, for P. Drizzy. And, this other one is just crazy, man. This man just doesn't learn from his mistakes. This man doesn't learn from everything, what the media saying, of what Kendrick said, of what the public and the social media saying. This guy doesn't learn at all. He doesn't play the game, he just doesn't listen to the people, you know what I'm saying? He got no awareness of like his surroundings and the way hip hop is in the landscape of music, and what he just did, it's just hilarious, man. And what happened was he bought a chain, a death row chain, saying that it was Tupac's. He bought it from some collector, some jeweler, he bought it from him. And to do what? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely buying that. People say like, oh, he's a hip hop fan, and he collects it. It's like, no, bro. He is trying to send shots at Kendrick through Tupac. Kendrick is the West Coast. Kendrick represents LA, and Tupac was there before Kendrick. He was the biggest star, in the West Coast, right? And then Kendrick came over like years later. But he was the staple. He was the image of the West forever. You know what I'm saying? Even after he died, he was still the image in there. Until Kendrick came on and he took over that spot. And now when you think of the West Coast, you think about Kendrick. But he's trying to get at him, attacking the legends. And we already saw what happened with Taylor Made. Taylor Made, he used the artificial Tupac and Snoop Dogg, and Tupac stayed, called Drake and sent him a cease and desist letter saying basically that he gotta take that shit down because it didn't sit well with him. It's a bad representation of Tupac's image, of his name and everything. So why would Drake again go at this legend when the state clearly doesn't like him and doesn't like what he's doing with the image? Why is he going again at it? It had so many mean repercussions. Nobody, even like his fans, didn't thought it was a great move. Using an artificial intent, bro, anybody could do that. You know what I'm saying? And then using a likeness of like somebody like Tupac, which is a legend, is already a dead person that have absolutely no power, on how people use his name, bro. It's just a slap in the face. It's absolutely disrespectful, not only to, his family, but to the culture in general, But, I mean, he doesn't care at all. And the fact that he's buying his chain, he has a history of doing this. Back when Pusha T, he did the beef back in 2018, it had a back and forth that, they had the Sun thing, the Adonis, that the story of Adidon, that he went back and forth with Drake with. He basically told him that, or Drake eventually, he went on and bought Pharrell's chains. Of course, we know Pharrell and Pusha T, they go way back, with the clips when they started out back in 2002. They both from Virginia. They both started out together. They blew up together. So, and Pharrell had the nerd chains, the little chain with the little guys in there. He basically put it for auction, and then he donated like a part of it to charity, something like that. And Drake was the one that bought it. And in the Jumbo Cho Shit Poppin' video, the song that Lil Yachty wrote for him, he was wearing that and basically, showing it off. And it's a shot at Push, And then in the Meltdown verse, when Travis Scott had a song with him, he says, I melted the chains that I bought from your boss. Basically saying, it's a shot at Push. Saying that, he owns Push because he bought the chains of somebody related to him. You know what I'm saying? So he's now part of you. I don't understand the logic behind doing something like this. Why do you think you're cool buying somebody else's chain? Of course, it's like throughout history, it's been a sign of disrespect when somebody steals your chain. It's been a sign of disrespect when somebody, it's somebody you hold dear, especially when it's a label chain. The G-Unit chains, the Spinner chains, the Death Row chains, when 50 Cent I think they stole it from Young Buck or something like that. They stole their G-Unit chain. Bro, the cartels were involved in that shit. Like, that's the type of level that chains mean to people. And I totally understand, but you gotta get it through honor. You know, you don't gotta buy your way into it. You don't buy your way into the culture. You get respect from it, you know, and you don't own it. If the rappers are selling their chains, is because like they are in a point in their life that doesn't mean nothing to them anymore. You know, the representation, the meaning of the chain is just lost in there. And then you buy that, and then you try to revitalize it, bro. It's just stupid, man. And you know, him doing that to Push and Pharrell, and then doing it again at Kendrick and try to get at Kendrick by buying Tupac's, you know, is just insane. But bro, the way that it turned out, he thought he had the chain, he had the real one, but you know, the guy just bought it from this collector and it ended up being a fake one. If you see the pictures online, basically, you know, anybody with a common sense is able to see the differences. You see, like, even with the blurry picture on some Tupac's video that they snapped it, and the actual chain that Drake bought is so different. You know, the ankles, the pants, or the person sitting in the chair on the throne, it's so different. Like, there's not enough, there's very little spaces in between the words and the legs. And on Drake's chain, there's a bunch of space in there. The colors are different, the formatting is different. You know, anybody like would see that, but of course he would try to paint the narrative that no, I got Pac's chain. You know, I'm West Side, I own it, bro. You got absolutely played, man. And the fact that Suge Knight had to hop on a podcast over the phone from jail saying that the chain that Drake got is a fake and it's not real, that's just wild. Just so insane, man. Like, he cannot take more losses than what he's taken this week, and more humiliation. Like, it just doesn't. Like, you say you study rap battles for a living, you probably studied losses for a living and lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't pray on nobody's downfall, but this is just ridiculous, man. I think it's worth commenting. It's entertaining, but if I were Drake, I would stay the hell away from rap, man. Like, you stop connecting yourself to hip hop in any way, shape, or form. Do not connect yourself with the legends, because you're not them. You already bought the rings. Kendrick went at you. Everybody went at you. You don't do that. You don't disrespect people like that. You saying you hip hop and then you disrespect people from hip hop that are more hip hop than you. So what the hell are you doing, bro? You know, you want to get back, you want to accept it back. You don't get it back that way. So you get the hell out, you know. And that's what I think he should do. Apparently he's not doing it. He's trying to get in there, force his way into it. But bro, you know, it's just funny at this point, man. I cannot understand how a person could just humiliate himself that much. And you know, it's just another big L for Drake. I'm pretty sure next week's is gonna be even more, you know, more things against Drizzy, against Tupac, against Gentlegram, against Aubrey Anna. Bro, it's so funny, man. Like, you know, at this point it's just comedy. You know, they should make a novella about Drake. You know, instead of releasing new songs, they just should release, like, you know, episodes of him getting humiliated. You know what I'm saying? But this is my 2 cents on it, bro. You know, Tupac, West Coast forever. You know, and Drake, like, you're burning the bridge with LA. You're not gonna be able to, like, 5 years from now, when everybody probably already forgot about everything that happened. LA people is not like that, man. LA people is like, you saw on the day Not Like Us, you know, when Kendrick played it at the pop out, they came together. The energy over in that place is like, these motherfuckers come together and they don't play games, bro. Like, bro, Drake won't be able to go back there. It's just 100%. Like, if you are disrespecting people from there, if the people over there love Kendrick too much, they won't go see you. You know what I'm saying? If you're and add on top of that, you're disrespecting Tupac, which is a legend over in that place, you are just adding fuel to the fire. Drake's not gonna go back to LA to do a show. Nobody's gonna go there. Nobody's gonna buy the tickets. He's probably gonna have to cancel. The Oakland show was his last stop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's just my 2 cents on it. You know, I hope he gets his mind straight. I hope he listens to all the content creators, you know, talking about what's real. And I'll see you guys in the next video. 1.